got another video. Guys, subscribe to the channel. Share this video. Hit the like button as you guys come in here. The people are tired of President Donald Trump. You know, the people are crying. The people are crying. But you see, they're getting played. You know, I think now we are tired of this game plan. You know, at some point, America will just have to do justice by us, or just let us go. You know, America is in trouble. And I said, God is going to right this nation from the face of this earth. This look, I'm not crazy, I'm not drunk. But America is wicked. She's evil. And see, Trump is none other than Donald Reagan and George Washington. But George Washington was a fugitive. And if George Washington can just do it all over again, he would, you know, tighten the shackle. You might thought that your father got lucky to get free from servitude, slavery. But it didn't happen that way. Because, you know, George Washington can just do it all over again. He would tighten the chain and do it all over again. See, America is falling. Her economy, her legal systems, her police department, everything she has, she owes, is falling apart. And ever since we've been here, as black people, black slaves went to their death fighting the enemy of this white slave master to help America to maintain her independence against foreign dominancy. But you see today, the black slave was not given anything in exchange for a sacrifice. You know, brothers and sisters, when you see, when the dog hunt for a hunter, you know, the hunter master will sometimes share a part of the game with the dog. But when you see the black slave have helped his master to overcome and to put other people under control of his white slave master, you see the black slave have fought and died around the earth to help this white slave master to conquer those who call his enemy. See, we have helped this white man to conquer Cuba and to overcome and subdue Mexico and the Philippine Islands and other places around the earth, and also Japan. We fought Germany and defeated Germany. But how many lives you see today did the black man lose in the Pacific while helping this white man to conquer the people of Japan, who are the brown half brothers of the black man? You see, the brown race and the yellow race are the half brothers of the black man. You see, who independency? Now the white man and black man are both free on this day. The coming of Allah God on this day means the freedom of the black man too. You see, the clear of Allah God coming on this day shows the great wisdom of Allah God. So ever since 1776, when they came to decorate the Constitution of laws, they didn't write them in for you and I, brothers and sisters. They wrote it in for themselves in kind. See, this is why Martin Luther King said during the night of the filibuster, they would deny black and brown voting rights. You see? So you see, everywhere the white man may be, even in Europe, the earth belongs to the black people. These was the people that came out of Europe and established themselves here in America. They made a way to make things suitable. But we built the country up for them. You know, they had all the luxurious things that man can buy, and that's his freedom. You see, the country would never be said to be the white man's own after what they did to the native Indians. So you see, the time's now far off. The judge from America has come. Get in the right religion of Islam. The house that you are in shall surely fall, my brothers and sisters. Now let us rejoice on this day of the 4th of July and the coming of Allah God, who came in a person of Master Fala Muhammad, to whom praise are due forever and give thanks to him. Let us enjoy the independence he brought to us and the freedom, justice, and equality. He brought these things to us not by killing off the red Indians nor any original settler. We see justice and righteousness are used by Allah, God. We see independency. See, independency means to be free of the dominancy of others. It's a very happy feeling for one to enjoy self-freedom. See, we can't take this day of independency to take this day to celebrate the joy of others. See, that's what the white man did. We can't take this day and be like, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. One nation, under God, with liberty and justice for who? For whites. They didn't write this 1776 laws of Constitution for you and I, my brothers and sisters. You know, well, in fact, we don't have the 13 commandments. You know how the enemy put a little trick in his 13 commandments? Ever he call it citizenship, however you being convicted of the crimes. And now they want to make it easy today to convict more black people with crime, to rob them, to whoever was guaranteed. See, he's trickly. You know, he's deceitfully. He's demonically said that he gave us. Every time we try to exercise these rights that they say we have, you know, they find a way to destroy it. So you see, the white race in the Western hemisphere takes this day of July 4th, 1972, to be a day to worship and remembrance at achieving independence of the people. The white race in the Western hemisphere has to conquer the Indians who have the independent claim. in a country now called America. Then the white race in America cut off the ties of England and France and became the independent holders of the present country called America and the Western Hemisphere. See, the white race was not satisfied with owning a new country to itself. They wanted the country built up. But the white man was afraid to trust himself to build the country up, so he goes to other countries that was civilized, uncivilized. From Africa, he took our black people as slaves and used us for hard labor purpose. So you see how they used us for hard labor purpose? They took half of our people and put our people in the slaves, ships, and John Hawkins. You know what I mean? Supposed to be a very religious guy. Took half of our black people. And see, when we came and built the United States of America, made a way for them so that they can have all the luxurious things you see that man can have on this earth. And that's freedom. I always said the country will never be said to be the white man's own, but after taking it from the native Indians who had the independent claim. See, I say 1776 was this a time that they came and started independence. They wrote their own constitution, brothers. They never wrote anything in for you and I. So we see now the white race have achieved those desires. And now he has the glorious things that man can enjoy. Freedom. See, the country of America cannot be said to be the white man's own. But having the freedom and power to overcome the native Indians of this country, the white race in America takes this day of July 4th to celebrate the joy of the independence of others. As thou hast done, so shall it be done to you. Someone's about to take away your joyful independence. So the white race here in America have done the worst to the black people, who helped the white man to build up the country of America and to make it suitable to bring this joyful independence. See, they are destroying their own independence, my brothers and sisters. They don't believe in no independence. America don't believe in no democracy. They don't believe in that crap. If they believe in it, brothers and sisters, why you get the same man that's president today and have his supporters going to the Capitol and storm the White House like that? They was destroying their own democracy. In a minute, you gonna realize that you're gonna have to leave America. In order for you to be saved, you gonna have to leave America. Because with God, what He's here to do, you gonna have to flee from these kind of people, man. Because you gonna have to come out her ways. We can't live here and live in a way that she been once living and having you once live in. You had to in order for you to leave America, you had to come out of her. You can't live in a way that she been wanting you to live, the way that she been wanting to live. There's no way. So we see the white race in America have angered God due to the evil done to us after 400 years here under this white race. So the white race still desire to mistreat and to kill you all day long. The white man hates his black slave. Why the black slave should be hating this white man for mistreating his black slave. But the white man makes this black slave to love him so well that when this white man mistreats him, the black slave will not dislike this white man for mistreating him. Now the time of God has arrived. The time that Allah God must separate the black slave and his white slave master and bring freedom to the black slave. So we see the power of our enemies being broken by God and destroying the powers of this white man's powers to maintain his slave over the whole world. Independency is fine if we keep and maintain independency, but there is a dark cloud, a trouble now springing over this country of America. A dark cloud makes her one freedom of thought and action become instead a freedom of death, hell, and destruction. It is awful to think over things of evil and the trouble that are coming upon this glorified North America. The poor black slave number now into tens millions of black people who never knew anything of joy or freedom because this victorious enemy, like the young lion, as Daniel gives it in the Bible, had made the black slave a prey to all of the white man wicked desires. Now, what do we have to celebrate in the fact that the white man is doing freedom over us and celebrate this white man's independency? We make a fool out of ourselves. We cannot celebrate his day. Only time that we, the black people, have a day to worship and able to call a day our day of freedom is when we are free from white America and free from any other nation and become independency with some of this earth that we can call home. Then we can say that this is a freedom day and holiday for us. Black sisters and black brothers, let us unite and get together and try and go from that what binds us to others. Slavery in Alabama and Mississippi. See, this white man's trickology is always being trumpeted to the world that they are peace lovers, as though they want all people as they falsely claim to be free and to live in peace while they are sitting on and crushing between 20 and 30 million black people in America who is they served to slave 800 years ago. Now for 100 years, the slave master children falsely claim that they are free and that they are trying to treat us as free people. It have come to me that in the states of Alabama and the country of Alabama, there are big plantations owned by white people and their stately white houses set up on hills. And the slaves live in the surrounding stocks. These black people work hard for very small pay. It said by some that the salary range from 25 cents a day to $2.50 a week. See, rough clothes to work in are furnished to them. This kind of slave labor goes on through generation. One generation after another is subject to this slave way of life and what is called a free world. In order to keep these black people in this type of slavery, the owner had mounted a guard patrolling the plantation with a gun lying across his lap and a saddle on his horse. See that there is no black interference from outside to entice the enslaved black on the inside of his plantation to come in a bare area for bitter wages. These people go up there and they die there on the plantation. Some of them never knew civilization. They are satisfied because they know no other life but this slave life that the father and grandfathers have been living under. We hear this kind of slavery goes on not only in the country of Alabama, but in other states such as Mississippi and Georgia. Now, all these slavery things that's going on back in that South. You had Florida, Central Florida. This is what they was doing on the internet, on the web, selling black organs. Right in Central Florida. Selling black organs, man. Black people that body was shed right in the South. During the lynching days, the lynchers, the murderers will always be let out. They always let them out. Brothers, you have to know. They live right next door from you, up the street, down the alley. The lynchers are free. You see how they investigate a body instead of getting the murders today? This is your problem today. Now, I want to say a year ago, when I was a young man in Georgia, I heard that such slavery on large plantation was going on in some tame areas in Georgia. People would go to the farm there, and we see this poor man probably owns another white farmer, and this white farmer pays the debit that he owns the other white farmers. And then the black man become the slave, the balance of his and his family's life on the plantation of this white man. He pays the debit to a previous white plantation owner. As long as he lived, he never pays that debit. So this is the worst injustice and the most cruel slavery of all. You see, they are shot and killed and beaten to death if they are found trying to leave the plantation. The white owners make other blacks of the same plantation under fear be the informers of what they said they planned for other blacks. It has been told to me in my younger life that certain rivers, lakes, water, wilderness, like place carrying the bones and skulls of many black slaves from these plantations and so-called freedom time in the age of slavery by the law of this government and world. But in these southern states where Mr. George Wallace was running for president, he can make every black man and woman in the South vote for him under fear. These black people are afraid to disobey white people in high office, or even an old white farmer who is hardly able to buy himself a new overall suit. The black people in the South have been brought up for many years, for centuries, to fear white people. You see, this is why I tell y'all that right in that South, black people was in fear of this white man. Why you think in the South Legion that it's going to start there? That God is going to pledge that South Legion because that's the middle end of Egypt. That's the lower part of Egypt. It starts there, y'all. It starts there. That's the reason why after God finished there, he's going to pledge it out. He's going to let them delight in a war. This is why they said sometime in May 27 there will be a civil war. Yes, it's going to start right there, right in that South. The civil war will start because you know what's going to happen is those people, they're going to lose homes, and FEMA ain't going to be able to cover their insurance. It's going to be an uproar with people. People will fight. People will be bitter. Chaos, you see, the apocalypse for real, the Great Depression, the Great Commodity. You know, at some point the economy will crash, stock markets go up and down, but everybody think everything gonna be all right. But that's what they want you to believe. Everything be all right. But there's only a little before the storm. So we see where there is no freedom or chance to get out among free people. We see these black people become the most ignorant and the most terrified people rights that there are in this country of America. And the white man knows this. He gets rich. He built himself a fine, luxurious home on a plantation. And as far as he can see He claimed that the land is his, and the poor slave are living in the worst stocks. And when the rain comes, some of them have to go to their walls or their houses with piles to catch the rain coming through their almost open roofs. When winter comes, they are setting up to their fireplaces trying to keep warm. These are the worst living condition of human being that can even be in the jungle of Africa, where they do not have sawmills or bricks to saw timbers into limbers, into mold bricks. America have everything necessary to make her slave a good warm home, a cold home, and to give her slave a good living wage. Because our father for 400 years have already supplied the wealth for us today to be given good substantial wages for our necessary life. It is pitiful to go into these southern areas out in the ritual district and see after 400 years the wicked sunburned, killed nose, tobacco juice mouth, blue eyed devils are plunking our people down to such slavery condition. You see, crushing them to death and diseasing them. See, children today are coming up suffering from malnutrition. Fevers and other disease capture them and take them to their pine box grave or to the hole in the ground in the South without anything like honor or their death. They are buried in rough pine wooden boxes. Some of them are hung on billboards while they will sit somewhere in the forest eating marshmallow with their children, laughing at the burning flesh of God's people. See, this the same with Moloch. They know different than Moloch. These people used to, after our children was hung up on the billboard, bodies shed through the streets and the wooden areas, right? They'll camp, eat marshmallows with their children, laugh at the burning flesh of God's people. Is this not wicked? Then I don't know what is. See, the black man of America is so mistreated today by his 400-year-old slave master and the slave master's children that you can not describe any other mistreatment of human being that equal this evil, ill treatment that the black man has and suffer in America, in many towns and cities of the southern states, even in their capitals. You'll find the black man living in a very bad condition. You see, his toilet is sometimes an open, boarded up place stinking right there in the cities and diseasing the citizens because of that evil demon, the white man who wants to give all the ill he can to a people who have served him as slaves for 400 years. This is going on in the South. Go see it for yourself. Now they got all this money to wipe their asshole with, but they failed to give you any kind of restitution, failed to take care of you, help you. See, our people are in a bad condition. See, our people are messed up from the throw up. You see, our people need repair. And see, as long as you continue to vote for these people, put them in office, the same always reply. Nothing comes. Nothing comes to this black man. Nothing comes. So now you see the U.S. mall now comes to these towns and cities. In some place, we see the black people are forced to walk to a drugstore and ask a white drugstore owner for their mail. And are treated like dogs as though the white devil are giving him something free. while the sinners of the mail have paid the tax for the postal carriers to bring it to the doors. See, little black children are walking around with sore pus running out of them for lack of medical attentions. See, little black children are dying of disease right in the false freedom of the USA. And this is why I don't have sympathy for America. And this is why her country is coming to an end. We are coming to an end because, God is tired. We have not been right over 6,000 years. And you mean to tell me these people gonna wake up one day and get it right? She's willing to take everybody into her fall. Mess, man. It's a mess, man. "99% of us don't even know that our future's at stake. We are in a mess that America must clean up. We sitting here sitting in this crossfire. Basically, you don't even know what's going on. He's talking and foraging countries and discussing things. And, he's hated like that hated bird. He goes out to associate. See, when she's a public enemy, when she's public enemy number one, she's number one on God's list. She's number one on God's radar. Can't make this stuff up. That's why the people are suffering. Y'all don't see the play. Famine and these plagues are coming on America, and yet she will not repent. There will be an uproar right in that South because it starts right there. It starts right there. Start May 27th. A civil war, y'all. I won't be surprised that they get underway with martial law because it's going to get that bad in the South. It's going to get that bad. Storms, one after another. God divine pledge. One storm will hit. And as you think, you're going to think she's going to get over the sore made by a previous disaster. You see another one will come. And another one will come. So the black people are carried down by this victorious enemy who keeps his gun loaded to blow them down. See, every happy, one-sided, grinding mouth policeman or sheriff is seeking just the slightest chance to kill a Negro. You won't have to say to his brother devil judge that he had to kill a Negro. The judge look at him and give him a big smile and a hand clap as though he did not kill enough. You are to kill all of them. Now, this was going on in the South. The lynchers, when they kill our people, when they get turned into their own native land, hear me. They just go look at him. He already going to have a smile before he goes into the courtroom. He going to have in mind, you are to kill all of them. And the lynchers get right back out and do it all over again. Yes, right in the South. Yeah, I understand. Why you think Elon want to do that pardon on that police officer that killed George Floyd? Come on, man. Come on, man. I don't have sympathy for this country. I don't have sympathy for white America because white America is wicked beyond your and my imagination. And this is why she's cursed. This is why she's getting every karma that's coming. So it says he only have to say to his brother devil judge that he has to kill a Negro. And the judge look at him and give him a big smile and a hand clap as though he did not kill enough. You are to kill all of them. I have heard from their mouth when I live in the South that there was too many Negroes in the South, and the white people should kill all some of them. There are more Negroes than whites, and a white man should kill all some of these Negroes. Which hands does this black man have? Under the shadow of American government for freedom, justice, and equality. Right in the South, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad would say that there's too many Negroes in the South and we need to kill off some of them. See, I want to say this to you that there's plenty of room in the city, but there's some room in the country. But the idea right in the South, they didn't want Negroes. They had idea they didn't want Negroes living in the South. Starting to be too many of them going into the country. And we need to kill off some of them. That's the idea, man. That's the idea of the enemy, because the white man has always been an enemy. But when we are an enemy to ourselves, that's the problem we have. Because the white man has always been an enemy. So this is why I thank Allah and the person Master Fala Muhammad, to whom praise are due forever, who has come to deliver this black man in America and kill the oppressors. This is very good, and we should be shouting day and night that deliverer has come. The revelation of the Bible has given this people the right name, a beast, and the most victorious description that this revelation gives. In Daniel of the Bible, this people is described as a beast rising up out of the sea with 3 ribs of a man in his mouth. This is the description of America with the black slaves swallowed for 3 centuries. The power of our enemies, the devils. You see, Daniel gave us a great description of a well-known beast who would rise up out of the sea. And out of the sea, he had 3 ribs in his mouth, meaning we were swallowed for centuries. We were swallowed for 6,000 years, ever since the devil been here on this planet. There have been one collision after another, man. When you start to realize that you cannot live with them in peace, because peace was never in their nature, there had to be a separation. You know why they are in disagreement with the separation? Because you can't leave, brothers and sisters, without them handing you anything to send you on your way. You can't leave America empty-handed, not having nothing, not having no restitution come your way. And they fail to give you that because they want to continue to hold on to you. And save their capitalism and use you as a stepping tool, use you as a middle class man, use you as a mental rage, because as you work, as you only good here in America for a job, because that's the only thing you good here is for a damn job, and people get so comfortable with that. It's silly to see black people working a job, right, brothers? Don't even acknowledge your own people because he give you a job and tell you, well, nigga, now you are better off with many of your people with this job now. Now, The black man of the South will be a fool to vote for any white man in the South to rule him, because he should stay away from the poll. Because the white man for whom he vote is an enemy of his and is bound to tighten the shackles tighter than ever. The preacher enforcing the law, and that law is unjust law directed against the black man. Vote for Allah and for his servants, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. And by the power of Allah God, who have come, to whom praise are due forever, all the prophecy of the Bible, what he will do in freeing this black man and America will be fulfilled now. Let us submit to him and live in peace with money and good homes and with the friendship of God and the righteous. There's nothing that you have to fear today but God himself. It is useless for us to fear our enemy. After the coming and presence of our God, we have power over the very atom of life. For his fear of this white man that will have caused our people to eat the fire of hell with the white man if they do not recognize the fact that it is God whom they should fear and not the devil. The world of the white man is now crumbling, coming to nothing. The safety of the black man is his God. As the Holy Quran teach us, this day and time, seek refuge in Allah, the God of the black man, his only place of refuge. We have made America one of the richest, strongest people on earth. And the mighty navies in commanding the high seas, with her undersea cliff crawling on the bottom of the ocean, carrying deadly weapons to surface and pour out on towns and cities other than America, and will listen to device set up throughout the earth, land, sea, and air, to listen to see what people are saying about her, planning against her, knowing she is guilty and deserving of death, and that she should be taken and destroyed. She had prepared to put up a mighty battle, but God too had prepared, and he is the best preparer, knowing their thoughts before they was ever made. They had not the slightest chance today against the power of God that is working against them, even through the force of nature. The white race have been disgracing the entire black nation of the earth. Africa suffered under the same wicked power of the white race and have an awful time of trying to rid herself of such a demon. She will do so, and soon. Here in America, Almighty Allah God wants to make himself known with both the punishment and destruction of this mighty, powerful, rich people. Fear not, my dear black people, for we have Allah God with us, and he is a mighty and strong and the most powerful one to be feared. Come follow me, and I will lead you to your starvation. Alabama, according to an article in November 25th, 1969 issue of the Wall Street Journal, written by Mr. Neil Maxwell, staff reporter, according to reports of our own farmer, the Muslim property and life are being attacked by a devil. Mr. James H. Bishop called himself a missionary. He has started attacking us for a fight. The Muslims have lost a couple of heads of cattle by gunshot penetrated by some coward, according to a report of Mr. Neil Maxwell. This demon, Miss James H. Bishop, seeks to bring himself and the American people into a war with Allah God and the righteous, which will be the end of America and her people. Now, which will be the end of America and her people. Now, there will be a war with America and her people. See, God will allow America to go to war, because God will fight on our behalf and he will move them off the face of the earth as he's doing today. See, when America started to weaken, as you see, this nation is falling. Her people are crying. Last thing God's will do is to light themselves into war. That's why the war is coming here. That's why the Civil War is bounding to come here to America. Because today, my brothers and sisters, we are the Muslims. We are the people of peace. And have proved ourselves to be just that all over America. You see, of course, this demon proving himself to be just what he's been made to be, a mischief maker. As Allah God, who came in the person of Master Fly Muhammad, to whom praise are due forever, to whom he has taught me that he is. And I warn this troublemaker that he is playing with fire, in a very hot fire. For he is not attacking Elijah Muhammad and his followers, but he is attacking Allah God, who welcomes the attack, for this is what he came for. As sure as Allah God live, we will convert every black man in America to his or her own, and this includes those in Alabama. Look at the Muslim condition in Alabama. We went there to buy a piece of land from a citizen of Alabama. And then some white enemy appears to call himself a preacher of the gospel of Jesus. But you did not forget to preach the gospel of the devil along with it. This devil, Mr. Bishop, we hired him. We went to the farms in Alabama. He worked for us on the farm, digging holes to help us to get set up on the farm. At that time, he said nothing to us in a way of charging us with being there illegally. Why did he hire out to us? Why did he help us to get started on our farm? We hire him and pay him for his work. There is no talk for him in the matter which he is talking now. So this man had now turned to be a real open enemy and not a secret enemy. He even goes so far now to even talk of killing us and asking us for a fight. We are losing cattle from bullet wounds. And he is speaking in the direction of even destroying our property and cows, even making it hard for us to buy gasoline. And the most ignorant and worst thing is that the gas attendants sell us the gasoline, and then we are arrested and charged with a crime for buying the gasoline instead of charging the man who sold it to us. It is very ignorant and silly. We have brought land and cattle in Alabama. We mean to get the profit out of what we bought. And the government of Alabama tends to drive us out from our property. They will have to buy us out, not drive us out. The government of Alabama is in agreement with the white people of Alabama and what they are doing against the Muslims. Now I want to say to the whole white America that we have Allah God on our side to retaliate against anyone who mistreat us. We did not go down there with rifles and guns to shoot anyone. We are Muslims and the brother Muslims. If we are not accepted by our brother Muslims, we must certainly have been accepted by the God of Islam, Allah, whose proper name is Master Fala Muhammad, to whom praise are due forever, came to us without observation, as it is written of him, ever he makes his work manifest. The Nation of Islam idea again to build better countries, homes for the black people. I said to the whole American white people that you can never win against anyone outside or inside of America as long as you seek to mistreat us. As it is written in the Bible, he who contained with us, Allah God will contain with him and give them their blood to drink, like sweet wine. Remember, we are the people of Allah God. We make no trouble with anyone, but Allah God will retaliate against anyone who made trouble for us, who seeks to do us harm.